Hello and welcome, fellow founders and entrepreneurs. Welcome to the new episode of My Startup Playbook podcast. We've reached this far, most probably already past the stage whereby you say, should I start with my idea or not? Or maybe you're already tinkering with it. Maybe you even started with your MVP and started your business. But the truth is, even the greatest ideas fail if you don't have the right people around you. So, in this episode, we'll be discussing something that we touched in the Start Smart series. We'll dive into it deep, which is hiring smart and building the right team early. Now, before we do that, we'll start with our Startup Pulse segment, the latest news in the ecosystem for Malaysia and the region. Okay, so let's check the latest pulse for this week. Now, as usual, I'm going to read this. We have the first highlight is Naluri, a Malaysian-based digital health startup. They raised 5 million USD in Series B funding. So this funding was led by Integra Partners and Sumitomo Corporation Equity Asia. So this capital will fuel the company expansion into the Philippines and Vietnam. They will be deploying their AI-powered employee mental well-being solution that blends behavioral science and coaching. So this is actually good news for founders who are in the same industry. It highlights growing demand for the employee well-being solutions. The second highlight we have for this week is Zuho Corporation is supporting over 4,400 Malaysian startups through its Zuho for Startup program. So this program is delivered in partnership with Cradle and the My Startup platform. So each startup will receive 1 year access to Zuho tools. So this nurtured the self-reliant businesses and local innovation. So founders can now implement systems without any upfront costs. So that's a good news. So the third highlight for this week, we have YTL Group in cooperation with CSEA, the parent company of Shopee. They officially launched Malaysia's first AI-powered digital bank. So this is a significant step in the future of banking and the financial services in the country. So anyone in the fintech industry, this actually shifts the whole financial expectation and consumer expectation. The fourth highlight and the last highlight for this week, Huawei at the ASEAN AI Summit, they announced a massive AI talent development program to train 30,000 Malaysians, including student, public servant, and industry professionals. This initiative is part of Malaysia's strategy to build future-ready AI workforce. So it's actually a good program and a huge pipeline for future AI fluent talent. So the companies and the founders that looking to hire or scale their talent team, this is a good opportunity. This concludes the startup pulse for this week. Let's jump back to the rest of the episode. Okay, so the first segment we have for this episode, why the first few hires matter. Now, think about it like this. The first 3 to 5 people you're hiring, they're not just filling roles. They are the DNA of your company. They set the culture, they set the pace. They also change the way investors look at you. Now, if you hire wrong at this stage, you'll be spending more time cleaning the mess than building your own startup. Okay, welcome to the second segment of this episode. So, in this segment, we'll be talking about co founders and equity splits. Now, this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people or a lot of founders because they're bringing in co founders, they are friends, family, or people that they worked with before, and so on and so forth. And these things, the ones that they actually don't do it properly, they end up with problems down the road, or the ones they do it like just touch the base and do it like basically no details, nothing. They will also end up with problems down the road. So if you're bringing in a co-founder, make sure you are aligned with your co-founder, not only with the skills, but with values. And when it comes to the equity splits, don't do friendly handshakes, deals. Just get into the contract, get things detailed properly, black and white. Do the vest scheduling. Make sure everything is there properly because this will save your company and will save your friendship. Let's be honest, a lot of companies and startups you've seen that they fail or fall down. It's not because that the idea is bad, it's just because the co-founders they don't align together. Let me ask you this question. So when you hire, would you prioritize the skills or the culture fit? We'll be discussing about early hires, skills versus culture. And to answer that question, in my opinion, I would go for both. But if I have to choose, I will choose the mindset and the culture over the skill. Why you ask me? I would tell you it's easier for me to train skills than training attitude. Now, in every startup, I would look for the people who are curious, eager to learn. They because in every startup, everyone wears so many hats. So everyone is the salesperson, everyone is the product, everyone is the customer service, everyone does everything. So the people who are curious and really eager to learn, they will actually build the mindset and the culture in your company. Okay, so we'll be discussing about the hiring common mistakes. Now, there's a lot of mistakes, but I'll be highlighting few of them, at least based on my opinion or my experience. So the first one is hiring your friends because they just available, or maybe you're hiring too fast because you are too stressed. And the most important thing is not firing fast enough for people who are clearly not a good fit. Or maybe you are overpaying, underpaying, you're not really structuring for long term. Bottom line is hire slow, fire fast, and remember that your team are your startup. So for the next episode, we'll be discussing about something all founders worry about, which is money. That's a wrap for this episode. You've been listening to My Startup Playbook. I'm Gamal Iriani. Keep learning, keep building, and stay in the game.